My name is Christy O'Hara, and as the slide says, it's the benefits of coaching for success in business. And I suppose in many ways, I should have said the power of coaching, because it is really powerful. I have been in HR for a long time, and you can see, I suppose, shortly all the areas I have been in. I've been in HR management all my life, and previously I was Director of HR at Galway University Hospital. A fairly challenging role. You might say that it was mayhem in there, but it was actually very rewarding, because I was part of a team that was providing patient care with some excellent people around, and there was certainly difficulties with the system, and that, I suppose that's where the real problem exists. But I got great experience there in every aspect of people management. I am very much involved in the professional side, the Chartered Institute here in Galway, promoting professional standards in HR, and I suppose guiding young people along in terms of their career in HR. I'm a European Mentoring and Coaching Council qualified coach, graduate of Kingston College. I also trained in organisational development and change management, which was extremely challenging, but it was a great benefit to me, certainly, in my work. And currently I'm a member of the State Board for Dietitians. I'm on the board of Galway Executive SkillNet, and for my sins I'm on FAI Disciplinary Committee. And I work with Sport Ireland and Connacht Rugby in terms of elite athletes, sport to business transition coaching, and I get great joy out of that, because my passion is sport. So I'm nearly doing a hobby, and it is really enjoyable. So the purpose of the presentation, fairly simply, is to explain what career coaching is, why is it important, how it can help you, and what are the benefits of career coaching for individuals and organisations. And sometimes people are making decisions about their career, and, you know, sometimes they're making them off the hoof. And what will I do? And somebody says that's a good thing to get into. And it's a critical time to make these decisions. So I think now that career coaching very much, it's different to career guidance or mentoring. This very much focuses on the coachee himself or herself, and really it's not about the coach, but it's certainly been there to support the coachee in every way possible. The definition of coaching, we all have different definitions, but one that I very much think is very strong. It says it's a partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires people to maximise their personal and professional potential. So again, it's not about the coach, but it's very much getting the coachee to dig deep and to find out a lot about themselves, because we have a tendency to look elsewhere and to say this guy is that or that girl is this. So it's very much about looking intrinsically into yourself. What is your purpose in life? A thing that guides you very much and comes into everybody's everyday living. What is your values? Like people maybe turn off when they hear what are values. Values are things that you regard as being very important in every decision you make every day. For example, I was in a company and I could see that fairness wasn't maybe being practiced as much as it should. And for me, fairness is an important value. And what it created for me is a very stressful situation and a very difficult time at that period. So values aren't something that is up in the air. It's something that affects you in every decision that you make. So it's always worthwhile to find out what your values are, and then I suppose the big thing is actually how to live by them. So the process of coaching often unlocks previous untapped sources of imagination, productivity and leadership. And it's very much about unblocking and you know, this lad, as I call it in my head, telling me I'm no good at anything or that I can't do that. These things are in everybody's head, and if you want to move on and with your career and reach the heights of your potential, we have to, I suppose, unblock those and get over those obstacles. People mix up a lot. Another one is career guidance, but also coaching and mentoring. But there are big differences between them. The first one is that coaching is very formalized and it is very structured. And usually the coach will adopt a particular model of coaching. On the other hand, mentoring is very fluid and it tends to be for much longer. Qualifications for coaching, formal qualifications are required. In mentoring, it's more holistic. The mentor really speaks from experience. The relationship, the coach and the coachee would be equal, but certainly from my point of view, it's all about the coachee. Mentor is definitely more experienced than the mentee. It's very much about sharing experiences, giving guidance, totally different to the emphasis as a coach. The objectives are in coaching primarily performance-driven. You want to reach a certain performance, you want to move on in your career, and the other thing is a bit more development-driven. And of course, the remuneration side, the coach is usually paid, or nearly always paid, whereas in mentoring, mainly it would be voluntary. The other side of it is the career guidance, and you know, a lot of young students go for career guidance, and again they mix up what career guidance and coaching. Career guidance is mainly about guidance, it's about giving information, it's about suggesting various things, where, as I said already, coaching is powerful in terms of getting you to dig deep into yourself, finding solutions, and having somebody like a coach being there for you, and certainly to listen. A coach must be a good listener, and he must then be able to ask powerful questions at an appropriate time. So why is career coaching important? Career coaching is important because it helps you navigate through the complex, dynamic work environment that we face today. And certainly when I was leaving school or going on my career, it was very much more simpler. now there's so much happening with technology, there's so much available on the internet, and in practice I find a lot of people coming out of college and they're telling me, I don't know what to do. And I find people in the mid-ranks, people in their 40s coming to me and saying, look, I'm in finance. It's not giving me any buzz anymore. That particular individual wanted to move actually into HR. So, and he did a plan and he worked out and he ended up achieving the plan and working in HR, which was a major change in his career. There's coaching models. Just quickly, the one I go a lot is the GROW model. It stands for goal, reality, options, and will means will do. The plan of actually completing the plan. There's a SOAR model, appreciative inquiry. Appreciative inquiry is very much focused on strengths-based, positive kind of psychology approach. What are you good at? What are your achievements? And building on that rather than focusing on the negative side. Some coaches adopt different models, and they're just one. One particular one that's a very simple one, but it's quite powerful, is the wheel of life. And the wheel of life is just you're putting down the things that are important to you in life on a wheel with 8 spokes, 8 sections on it, and then rating yourself on that. And you'll find that, there'll be things that you'll be near the 10, and there'll be other ones you'll be near the 0. And you have to, I suppose, look on that, and really it reflects your life at this point in time. And you look at then taking action on the areas that you need improvement on. The GROW model, as I said, is a coaching framework using conversations, meetings, and there's a guy called Sir John Whitmore, and this has become the most popular coaching model for problem solving, goal setting and improvement. And I said goal, reality, options and will. But you don't need to stick with that one. That's the framework. And in my coaching approach is that I like to be very flexible. And the conversation that you're having with the coachee will take you on various journeys as long as you remember that there is a structure there that in somewhat you need to keep to. There's a particular book by Sir John Whitmore, and he has done a number of books, and they're highly recommended. So how can career coaching help you? Well, it can help you in creating effective goal. At the end of all these discoveries about yourself and looking at options and all of that, you're talking about developing a career plan. And again, as you all know, putting things down on paper and putting timelines on them, stating when the goal will be completed, the activities to be done, who's going to help you, have all the measures of fulfilling the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time-bound. It very much focuses initially, as I said, on the self-awareness, finding out about yourself, your strengths, your interests, your motivations. And you might think you're very good or come across very well with people, but other people mightn't think the same. So I suppose the whole area of emotional intelligence and social intelligence comes into it very much. Developing your skills, knowledge and competencies, expanding your network, Again, networking is an important aspect of people getting on in their career, linking in with key people, even as coaches or mentors, and navigating through career transitions, which can be fairly challenging, but it's worthwhile if you're in a job that you don't want to remain in for life. And my experience is that there's a lot of people in jobs that are there for life and they just don't have the, I suppose, confidence to say that, you know, this isn't for me, and they just stick with it. And I know it's not as simple as that, because there's mortgages to be paid and everything like that. So it's not simple. Enhancing your performance, productivity and quality of work. Benefits of coaching for the individual, as I said, developing your own self-awareness, what you're strong at, what your values, what your purpose, improving communication, collaboration and leadership, boosting your motivation, engagement and satisfaction, enable informed and strategic career decisions. Like, you're taking a decision and you haven't done the homework, or you haven't dug deeper, and if it was some other decision that you took, you'd probably invest a lot more in it, but you say, oh sure, I'll go with this because I like it. And when you are in it, you soon find out that it's not what you thought, because it has not matched up to your strengths, it hasn't matched up to your values, and most of all, you have to have something that you really like. As I say in coaching, in the flow. So I always say, you know, I'm in a job now after a long number of years that I love. I'm in control. But if you say that it's 9:30 now, and the next time you look at the clock, you say, oh my God, it's 6 o'clock. That's the type of job that you will aspire to. Sometimes it's very hard to do that, but if you do nothing, nothing will change. So it's and a very important one there at the bottom is I would describe coaching as being there for you, and that's important. You're there, you are prodding, you are asking powerful questions, you're listening, you're observing, and you're challenging. And you're getting them to move from a situation where they have these strong beliefs over many years, and they think that I'm no good at that. And really, there's no evidence there. As I said, when was the last time you got up and gave a speech? And they say, oh God, I never did it. So the question is, how do you know if you're no good at it, if you never tried it? So they begin to question themselves internally then, that, look, why not try it? I know somebody that lifted a crop in Croke Park, and he said to me, I'd be no good at management. And I said, was there anybody up there with you? And he said, yeah, the team was around. And I said, what was your job? Well, I was the captain, the leader of the team. And I said, weren't you managing that group to some extent? And he said, I never thought of that. And all of a sudden he began to talk through with me and feel that he could be a manager. So he went off and he did a short program, and the next day within 6 months, he was in a management position and loving it. He said, I'm good with people, and I knew he was good with people. But he had this lad, I call the Miguel or whatever you call him, there in the head, and he's saying, oh no, management is for someone else, it's not for me. I couldn't take that on. And he was brilliant because he had the interest in people, and he had the interest in developing people and involving them. And that's why he was in Croke Park lifting a cup, because he had everything there, but that belief was holding him back. So examples of career coaching, these are just few I took. I helped a client who had a great idea for starting a coffee business. Everybody is into coffee at the moment. So I helped him create a business plan, find somebody to invest with him, hire staff. Well, he did it. I was there in the background. And his business now is thriving, and he has got a national award for it. And again, when I met him for the first time, he said, I wouldn't be able for that. So his mindset changed very quickly when he saw that he could do it. I helped a client who was stressed and burned out from his demand to find a better balance between his work and his personal life. Get a lot of these cases. Help to set boundaries, look at, as I call it, the wheel of life. Like, if you want to be a high flyer in your job, sometimes you just go for it, but everything is connected. So you look at what you value in life. So you could be all over the world, you could be away from your family, and part of your values in life was family life. So when you move in one direction, it affects other directions. So I think look holistically and global, and to keep that in mind. I helped a client who was struggling to get interviews. I get this a lot. I helped him highlight his achievements, showcase his skills, tailor his documents. I also helped him to prepare for competency-based interviews and answer common questions, and he has succeeded in a number of interviews to date. One just tip on that. Sometimes you go to interview and you're asked about leadership, or what is leadership, what makes a good leader. Yeah, and you can answer that and give an answer to it, but a powerful way to get the message home is to say, I have a good example when I demonstrated that competency. I took charge of a group. I led the group. I delegated. I reached my targets and all of that. So demonstrating the competency is more powerful rather than saying you're good at it. Benefits of it. Career coaching can help organizations. Help organizations attract and retain talent, enhance performance, foster a culture of learning and development, and improve employee engagement. In my recruitment business now, people are asking for the benefits rather than the salary more. So if they have flexible work time, if they have education being provided, if there's things like coaching, they are now top of the class for these people. And salary, not in all cases, let me say, but certainly in a lot of cases that question is added. So any companies that wish to do that, I think it's advisable to introduce that. And we move on to, which is my big thing, is adopting a coaching style of management. A coaching leadership style is a model which emphasizes helping employees and developing them personally in the long term. And all of the companies, the big companies on a global basis, they have achieved great results, because a coaching style of management is not a directive style of management. It's, for example, it's a task to be done, an operation, getting your team on board, clarifying roles, giving them responsibilities, being there in the background for them, and creating a learning environment. That doesn't mean that they can do anything they wish, but you're there to help, and they identify learning gaps and they move on. So I've always adopted a learning style of management. It is really, really powerful in my view. Others might have different interests. It's much more successful than being autocratic or directive. Characteristic of a coaching style of management: you're an active listener, you're a mentor, you give feedback, and you learn how to give feedback, because you start with the good things and you look at areas for improvement. Open communication, teamwork, trust building, support and encouragement, emotional intelligence, being able to handle different people in different ways depending on how they react, growth and development, and solution-focused thinking. So a summary: career coaching can help you achieve your professional goals. It can deal with various aspects of career development, your strengths, your skills, performance, achieving specific career outcomes, switching to a more fulfilling career, increasing your self-awareness, communication, and of course for organisations, attracting and retaining talent. And the main thing to get across here, that coaching is powerful. It's not mentoring, it's not career guidance, it's much more deeper, and it's the coachee that makes the decisions, which is always more powerful than somebody being told. So on my own side, I'm here in Galway. More recently, I've coached all my life, and I have a recruitment business that mainly focuses on engineering, medical devices, consultant medical staff, which I bring in a lot from across the world, and junior doctors and nurses. But it's the coaching side that really gets my passion going. And more recently, my other passion is hurling, football, golf, everything in sport, just mad for it. I have to head to a hurling match shortly after this. So I see the benefits of people involved in sport that can transfer. But my job at the moment is linking in with the Sport Ireland, the Olympic athletes. When they finish up, they have no career. I work with them. Also, Connacht Rugby I work with, and when they finish, looking for jobs, finding out what they're good at. Some have done some work on it, others have not. It gives fantastic satisfaction for me to see them moving from being sitting at home, doing nothing, feeling a bit down after the high-level career that they had. And I nearly do it for nothing, but I don't. So just thank you for all of that. I think I've gone over time, so I better leave it at that. So thanks for your attention. Thank you.
Okay, so a big round of applause. Thank you very much for